Today, I've got something super exciting for you. A review of Fiio's latest digital audio player, the M23. If you're an audiophile or just someone who loves high-quality music on the go, you're going to want to stick around. So is the M23 a worthy successor to the M11 Plus? Spoiler alert, it absolutely is, by a long shot. All right, let's dive into this thing. I've been testing the M23 with a variety of headphones, including the Beyerdynamic DT900 Pro X, Fiio FF1, Meezy Empyrean, and my trusty 64 audio IEMs. I stream music from Spotify for convenience, Apple Music in high-res when available, and of course, some tracks from my personal catalog stored locally. Let's talk about how it performs, starting with the sound. Cut to a dynamic shot of the M23 connected to different headphones. Brief shots of the host listening and reacting. From the first listen, the Fiio M23 blew me away. If you're familiar with the M11 Plus, the M23 takes everything good about that and ramps it up several notches. Lows are deep and rich, mids are vibrant, and the highs are so clear, it's almost like hearing your favorite songs for the first time again. I put the M23 head-to-head with the M11 Plus and M11 Pro, and let me tell you, this thing stands out. It's easily one of the best performing DAPs in its price range. Pairing it with something like the Mesa 109 Pro, pure magic. And even when using larger cans like the Sennheiser HD 800S, the M23 handled them with ease. The dynamic range here is just insane. Cut to shots of the host switching between different output ports on the M23, plugging in different headphones. One of the highlights of the M23 is its versatility with outputs. You've got the balanced 4.4mm output, as well as your classic 3.5mm and 6.35mm ports. What's crazy is that even with the regular TRS connection, the sound is still powerful and punchy, especially in the low end. I was honestly surprised at how well it performed even at lower gain settings. But if you really want to experience the full potential of the M23, you've got to try it with planar headphones using the 4.4mm output. I tested it with the Audes LCDX and Sennheiser HD 800S, and the soundstage was wide, natural, and immersive. A track like Dark Moon by Okonski comes to life, with the drum rolls at 1 to 20 sounding incredibly lifelike. Now let's talk about one of the standout features of the M23, the THX AAA amplifier. This amp delivers amazing power and accuracy. It's particularly noticeable on tracks like Athena by Hilo or Zodiac by Zingara. The bass is deep, controlled, and tight, and it holds its own against DAPs that cost twice as much. And that's really the beauty of this device. It's giving you that top-tier sound for a fraction of the price you'd expect. Compared to something like the Shanling H7, which shares the same AKM core, the M23 leans more toward the low end, and that's thanks to the THX AAA op amp. It gives the music more headroom and depth, especially with bass-heavy tracks. Fiio M23 pros and cons. Pros, versatile output options with balanced 4.4mm, 3.5mm, and 6.35mm ports. Powerful THX AAA amplifier for driving demanding headphones. Excellent noise isolation. Cons, average battery life compared to some competitors. Unremarkable design compared to previous models. The M23 also handles noise like a champ. I used it with my super sensitive 64 audio IEMs and I heard zero background noise, even with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi turned on. The EMI shielding is just that good. Now, if I had to point out a downside, it's the battery life. It's not bad, but it's average at best. You'll need to charge it more often if you're using higher gain settings or streaming a lot. But hey, with this sound good, that's a small price to pay. So is the Fiio M23 worth your time and money? Absolutely. While it doesn't reinvent the wheel in terms of design, it's got the same screen, CPU, and RAM as previous models. It nails what truly matters, sound quality. And when you stack it up against more expensive players like the M15S, the M23 actually comes out on top in many areas. If you're still hanging on to your old M11 or felt like the M15S was too pricey, the M23 is the upgrade you've been waiting for.